Hello and welcome to National Park Wild. I'm Eric, and as you may know, I recently did a trip that took me to New River Gorge National Park in West Virginia. I went to Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky afterwards. So I just did my New River Gorge review. Now I'm going to do a Mammoth Cave review, and I will also be comparing it to New River Gorge, and maybe later I'll make a video comparing it to Wind Cave, determining the better cave park. So I'm not going to reveal that here. But let's get into my experience at Mammoth Cave National Park. Starting with the above ground stuff, which is what we did for our whole first day there. We went on some nice forest hikes. I enjoyed the Green River Bluffs trail. There were a few nice overlook views I did not expect. Along the river it's nice, especially in the morning when you have some fog over it. In the cool time of the year, that's really nice. And I think the fall weather was pretty nice, and the leaves changing is nice to look at. Not quite as much as New River Gorge, honestly, but I liked it a lot. And the trails are pretty good overall. They're not mind-blowing, but few eastern national parks have really mind-blowing trails. If you don't compare it to something like Angel's Landing or Bright Angel in Grand Canyon or Half Dome at Yosemite, this is a very, very good trail. All of the trails are. There's some nice historic ones, some short ones with nice views, some with a bit of wildlife. It's very good. And I should also point out, wildlife is pretty decent here. We saw a couple small birds. We saw quite a few deer, especially at the times you'd expect to see them, dawn and dusk. That's when pretty much all the deer were out and about. And we also heard a bat screeching as we went on a night hike. That was quite interesting. We didn't see that bat, but it was cool. So all in all, the forest area of Mammoth Cave, not a whole lot else to say about it. It's very nice. It's not the kind of scenery that blows me away, but you don't have to blow me away to be a great national park because it's still beautiful. And I have been to so many great parks. In fact, Mammoth Cave was my 61st out of 63. So I've been to quite a few, and it's very hard for it to beat some others, but perhaps its star attraction, the caves, can do that. Allow me to discuss the Mammoth Cave tours. We did the Domes and Dripstones tour, and a different member of my party, my father, did the Gothic Avenue tour. On his tour, it seemed he didn't have a ton of interest in cave formations. It was a much more historic tour for those who are interested in that. And he saw a bat on his trail in the cave. I didn't see any bats, so I was a little jealous I didn't do his, but I really enjoyed the cave tour, Domes and Dripstones. It's a bit of a shorter version of Grand Avenue, essentially. And we decided because I had a younger brother with me, we were going to do this one instead of Grand Avenue. It's a very nice one, not very strenuous, and the cave formations are really cool. I had recently gone to Wind Cave, and these features are different. Wind Cave is a lot more details that seem unique and intricate to a cave, while this one has some of the stuff you'd expect. Massive rooms, some extending super high in a ceiling, and some with a super low bottom, so you could be walking in just a massive room. There's a lot of really cool rocks that get close to you, some really far away, expansive. Sometimes rocks seem like they're going to fall. They're not, though, it just looks like that. And there's some cool formations. I'd say through most of the tour, it's just you're in a massive cave room with some tiny waterfalls and dripping stones all around that add to the intricacy, but all in all, the sheer size of some of the rooms, it is really breathtaking. And I really enjoyed that part of the tour, but there is a very key important detail for anyone taking this trail. This cave tour, I don't know if it happens on any others, but if you don't like insects, do not take the Domes and Dripstones tour. We saw dozens and dozens of massive cave crickets with antennae inches long, and cave spiders everywhere. So if you don't like that, do not take this tour, because they get really close to you, the rocks that the cave crickets are on, so you might feel like, even as someone who's not afraid of bugs, they might end up feeling like they're crawling on you or getting close to you. And also keep in mind, you might get drops of water on you at times. So guard your camera if you have it out a lot. That is advice I definitely needed to take. Anyway, the main part of this tour was Frozen Niagara. A really cool site, some stalagmites and stalactites with it, but the main thing is just a bunch of stones that look like a waterfall, hence the frozen Niagara name. I thought it was really awesome rock formations in a cave. Some of my favorite cave formations I've seen, and without a doubt the highlight of the trail. Not a whole lot else to say about the frozen Niagara, it's just beautiful. So all in all, Mammoth Cave is a really solid park. It has some nice above ground forest trails. It has some really cool caves with great formations. The only things that aren't amazing about the park is, first of all, some areas get really congested in terms of people, and that could take away for some, not so much for me personally. And also, I thought the history of the caves was not quite as interesting as that of the history of a lot of other parks, from a human history standpoint, not a natural history one. But some people might be very interested in it, and history is not the most important detail of a park for me, but all in all, I really enjoyed Mammoth Cave, and I highly recommend a visit. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel for more content about national parks, and let me know in the comments if you want to see a Mammoth Cave versus Wind Cave video, similar to my Arches versus Canyonlands one. I will see you next time.